Hey friend, my name is Tara and I love to create cake toppers using my Cricut machine. Today I want to show you how to make a really fun shaker cake topper without using foam. It's called a deep sidewall cake topper and it has a lot of space between the bottom and the top layers. In fact, it's got a ½ inch of space for you to fill up with anything you like. This project is a great cake topper base that can be dressed up for any theme or occasion. Once we finish making it, we're going to test out 5 unique items as filler for the shaker. I hope it gives you some ideas for your own cake toppers. Oh, and one more thing. I've added this free design into my cut file resource library. Check out the link in the video description if you want to grab it. Okay, let's get this party started. As you can see, I've already uploaded the cut file. It's a little bit too big, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit so we can see everything. The first thing we need to do is change these strips. They have lines on them and we need to make them score line. So I'm going to select the whole design and ungroup it. And next I'm going to select each of the lines on these strips. There's 4 lines each and I want to change these to score lines, which is under the operation, and select score. So select one at a time holding down the shift key and you can select multiple. Then go ahead and highlight both of the strips and hit attach. This attaches the score lines to the strips so that the score lines will be placed correctly on there. Next we'll zoom out and we'll just take a look at everything we have here. This bottom blue one, this light blue, that is the acetate piece. And I'm going to go ahead and change the color and make this a blue. I'm making a blue cake topper base. And I'm going to take the time now to adjust all the colors. I'm going to change the ring, the outside ring, and make that the same color blue. And I want to change the strips colors as well. However, I need to go into the attach and find the actual shape. So select one and then hit shift and select the next and then change the color. Lastly, I want to change the thin ring on the inside. I'm just going to make that white. And now this project is ready to go. If you want to add anything else or change the size, now's the time. Then click Make It to send it to your Cricut machine. As you can see, there's several different match. And these strips, you need at least one sheet of 12 by 12 paper to cut those because those strips are close to 12 inches long, not quite, but close. All right, go ahead and cut these out and I'll see you in the next section to assemble this. Now that we have all of our pieces out, we have the acetate sheet, we have the thin ring for the top, the base for the bottom, and we have the strips. So we'll start with the strips. These are pretty side up right now, and the score lines are on this side as well. So pretty side up, align them in one straight line and add a little bit of glue to the tab on one edge and then add the other side on top. The whole goal here is to create one long strip. Let that glue set, make sure it is dry before you move on to the next section so it doesn't come apart. I used the Cricut mat to make sure everything was aligned and even. Now I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see that I am taking one side of the strip and I'm folding down the tabs. I'm just going to do this on one side. I'll go through this really quickly, but go ahead and pause if you need to so that you can walk through this as well. So make sure they're all tucked in. Then you're going to wrap it around and we're making a circle. With the other tab, do the same thing, add some glue, and then tuck the tab inside, and we're going to create a big ring. Go ahead and let that dry, and when it is ready, you can now sit it down. So one edge is flat and the other edge is still up. And this is the center base, and what we're going to do is put it right in the middle to create sort of like a bowl. Go ahead and add some glue around this outside edge. Now the type of glue that you want to use here is glue that doesn't dry super fast. So hot glue is not a great option for this part of this project because hot glue would have already dried by the time I got all the way around here. So find a glue that doesn't dry very, very quickly. And then go and take the glue all the way around the edge. And then we're going to place the base right down in the middle. And it creates a bowl, a perfectly shaped bowl. Go ahead and take your time here and make sure the edges are down really well. I'm using a bone folding tool to push down all the edges to make sure they're really well adhered together. You can turn it over on the other side and take a look and make sure all the tabs are down really well and that the glue is holding. Now that I have the center circle in, I'm going to go ahead and fold in the tabs on the other side of the strips all the way around. This is exactly the same thing you did before, except for you already have this circle made. Keep going around. The goal here is try to make them nice and flat and even because we're going to place something on top of this. Alright, now we need our shaker filler. I am going to add Legos to this cake topper and make it a Lego shaker cake topper. So I found a bunch of random Legos, some little pieces that probably shouldn't be in there, and I'm adding a whole bunch to this cake topper. There's so much room inside of this that you can put lots of different types of materials. And next I'm going to put a sheet of acetate on top after I put in the shaker parts. Use the same glue that you used before and add glue around the edge. The kind of glue that doesn't dry super fast here because you have to put it all, make sure you have glue all around the edge equally. Then go ahead and add the acetate sheet to the top. Now take some time here to make sure the acetate sheet is adhered well and the glue is sticking around the edges. This really just kind of depends on the type of glue you have. I really like to take a little tool and go around and make sure that the glue is spread and that the acetate is well stuck to all the edges all the way around. And now you can see how the Legos are shaking in there. Next, we're going to go ahead and add the finishing layers. These are just 2 rings that are a finishing touch to the shaker project. You can use whatever glue you want for these, and they just lay right on top to be a finished edge to cover up all the little tabs underneath. And then we'll add the last little thinner ring around the edge as well. The shaker's done now. You can add whatever you want, any sentiments or names or anything you want to it. Turned out really well. I went ahead and made a few more shaker bases and already put them together, and we're going to add a few more things to see how they turn out. First, I'm going to add a Starburst. These are candies. They're a little bit dense, so I didn't put a whole lot in here because they're kind of heavy, and I wasn't sure how it would fit. These are little fuzzy craft, like cotton ball sort of things. Found these just at the craft store, and this is party confetti that I think I found at a dollar store or something. The confetti is really big. Now we gotta go ahead and finish off our cake toppers. So we'll do the same thing we did before, bend in all the tabs for all of them, and then we'll add the acetate sheet on top so we can see how well these shake. Same glue, going all the way around the edges, just like we did before with the acetate. Once you make a few of these get really quick to make. They don't take too long really. Now we're going to go ahead and add the top layer, the finishing layer to cover up the tabs underneath. It really gives it a more professional look to add these little rings on top. Then you can add whatever you want to the front of them for any occasion or any celebration. All right, we finished them. This one's a Lego shaker. This one is filled with candy. These are pink starbursts. They're heavy in there, but it still works pretty well. I think I overfilled these little fuzzy balls, but it's still really cute. I think next time I'll put a few less in there. And this is the party confetti. This would be great to match with a party theme. And the last one I want to show you are the rolled flowers. I made this one for Mother's Day. There's rolled flowers and pixie dust glitter in there. I don't recommend using fine glitter in these cake toppers because sometimes there's a little bit of holes between the little tabs and the fine glitter could escape, but chunky glitter works really well in these. So go ahead and try that if you want to add glitter. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. My favorites were the Lego and the Starburst cake toppers, but I also really love the cake toppers filled with rolled flowers as well. Leave a comment and tell me your favorite cake topper from this video. So now it's your turn. I challenge you to craft your own no foam deep sidewalk shaker cake topper. I can't wait to see what unique filling you will add to yours. Until next time, happy crafting everyone!